Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hello and welcome. Oh my gosh. I just looked down on my desk and saw that my morning show here has a visitor. We have a special guest today. He is a long-legged, golden-plated spider. Dude, you need to get out of here. He's right underneath the justice. Now listen, I don't squish spiders normally unless there he goes. Oh, no, not behind the desk. That means you're going to get on my pants. I see him under the desk. Oh, you guys, he wants to cuddle with me. I like whenever I move them to move up the wall. Get up in your corner where you belong. Get up in your corner. Okay, I can't see him, so at least I can't see him. All right, he's fine. He's back there, but good morning. I'm up a little bit earlier for you. It's 8:03. The dude that sometimes helped me with my scrap metal a couple weeks ago, he's supposed to come back today. So we know what that means. He'll probably be here in a couple of days. And but just in case, I was like, I gotta get the trees done because I don't want to miss out. I don't want you to miss out. We love hanging out with the trees. I hate to wait till later on today because I'm just a different person in the evenings. You know who I am? I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted in the evenings. That's just who I am. Because I thought about last night, pre-recording, and I was like, no, don't even. We did that for the one tree, the Joker tree, was at the Aspen. And it went fine. It went fine, but I don't really want to be one of those pre-recorder type of podcasters. I just don't. Yeah, it was the Aspen number 8. Oh yeah, I don't ever want to pre-record for you. And edit and prepare and make things professional. What are you talking about? I would never do that. Okay, I would never do that to you. Let's stay in the moment. Let's stay in the real. Let's stay in the, oh my gosh, we have a spider on the desk, and let's take our first 30 seconds of our podcast to talk about that. But yeah, I don't like to squish them. If I'm here and they're there and we're looking at each other peacefully, I just can't be oh, and I've decided to squish you. Now I have squished a couple of spiders because my daughter's like, oh my god, there's a spider. So then maybe I'll come over and just get rid of it to make them be quiet. But for the most part, I leave them alone. Now, with that said, don't think that I'm the spider whisperer or the spider woman or anything. Because when it comes to vacuuming day, all's fair in love and war. And they know that I vacuum once a week. They've had a week to evacuate the house or retreat down to the basement, where I never, ever kill a spider. Ever in the basement. Not even with a vacuum. I just let the good times roll down the basement. But if they come up here and it's vacuuming day, that's just the way it is. So they will be sucked into the vortex of the dust monster. The monster that likes to eat dust. I cannot believe how dusty, hairy, and spidery my house is, but I guess that's just hashtag witch's life. All right, here we go. Let's get a tree. Let's get a tree angel, to be more exact. The ancient path into the sacred grove. I'm very, happy to see who fell out on the floor. All right, let's... I'm not mad it fell out. I'm excited. Okay, just one card. I'm going to put it face down just because, out of curiosity's sake, I want to see if this spider's down here. Alright, just looking. I just wanted to see. It's not a scary spider, really. Well, you know who I saved the other day? I was outside cleaning rabbit cages, dumping my turds, not my turds, my rabbit's turds, but I own them. My turds. Those are my turds. I was dumping my rabbit's turds in one of the, I've been reusing all my old Rubbermaid totes. First I put in like 12 inches of old boxes, cereal boxes, like that kind of mixed paper. It's not cardboard, but it's like a really, really thin. It's not corrugated, it's just real thin. But you could use whatever. Corrugated would also work. So I put in a layer of fluff at the bottom for drainage and just to take up 12 inches of space. Then I start putting turds in every week, and it takes probably like 3 or 4 a month, maybe even to fill up almost the top. Not, you want like 6 inches away from the top of the Rubbermaid tote where you'll put in your bagged topsoil. And anyways, so I'm using my turds. I'm using my rabbit turds to do this. Well, anyways, I looked down in the turd bin, and I had been working in it, and then I realized that I didn't know I don't know if this spider was in the litter box that I just emptied, or I just noticed him, or he came up from the bottom, and it was a wolf spider. And it took me like 5 minutes to get him out of there, but I saved him. He was big and scary, but he needed out. All right, so anyways, and I did that, and then I was like, now be nice to me, please. Now don't ever show yourself to me again. Get out of here, boy. All right, let's see who our tree angel is. Ooh, it's Sycamore. It's Sycamore. She's gorgeous. I think, yeah, she's got a bow and arrow. She's very Artemis. Is this Artemis? That she's very Artemis with this energy. She has like it seems like a crescent, but crescent-y kind of moon energy on her head. She has her dress, her long white flowing dress is just one strap just on one shoulder. And so she has her hand on her shoulder that has the dress. So then her shoulder where there is not a hand is bare. She's very masculine, but very beautiful. She's holding a bow. I don't see arrows, so I'm assuming maybe they're behind her, or I don't know. And she has the sycamore leaves wrapping ever so gently around her in a couple places. And she's barefoot. She has feet. Not all our tree angels have feet. Like some of them just like wisp into like the ethereal realm, but she definitely has feet, and she's calm and centered and observing, placid, maybe that's a word here, and but yet she's like holding herself so she's holding the bow down to her side, pretty straight but relaxed arm, and then she's got her other hand on that shoulder. Would that also be like where she would reach around and grab an arrow maybe? So she's just sort of at the ready, but in such a calm, relaxed way, it almost looks like she's giving herself a self-hug. All right, it's number 29. 29, Sycamore. 2 plus 9 is 11. The Oracle of Sycamore. Precision of the eagle. Clarity of the blue skies, power of lightning, breath of the winds. The presence of your spirit gathers near and far, within and without. So you see what I mean? It's like super chill, but super strong. Even the poem is like, all right. Precision of the eagle, clarity, precision and clarity of the blue skies, power of lightning, breath of the winds, the presence of your spirit gathers near and far, within and without. So it's like we are everywhere type of vibe. And you guys, I just want to say that I'm getting so many personal messages to breathe. And not just like, chill out, dude, you need to breathe. No, like breath awareness. Breath of the winds, right? Breath of like like as Rumi tells me, like every breath is a caress from the lover, you know, like really breathing. So wherever you're at in your breathing practice, yeah, it's like everybody breathes, but like, do you ever like practice breathing or like really be aware of it or let it feel so good? Like take a deep breath and everyone's like, right? No, like take a deep breath and like really let it go in you and let it reverberate up and down your spine. Let that like almost like the sloshing of water in a pan or a bucket, you know, it like in the tub, as a kid, you know how you'd like slide to the back and watch the water go to the front and then come back at you. Like that kind of tingly energy. But really breathe more. Be more conscious of your breath. I think that might be a big ticket that we'll be being reminded of more and more and more. So the sycamore's birthplace is in the mountains, but like many of the maple family, it's in the maple family, it has been planted in lowlands all over the world for its decorative value, but it's truly at home up in the mountains. The whole family of maple trees, however, is robust and versatile. They do well just about anywhere, which means that we can enjoy their splendor in many parts of the globe. And yet, as you look at the sycamore here, its leaves do look like very, very, very small maple leaves, but its trunk is huge. The sycamore is always ready to boost our spiritual clarity whenever we encounter it. It helps us develop our ability to look ahead. We become less biased and are able to see when conditions are right. Clarity of thought and good powers of concentration help us to learn. Hence, education in the broadest sense is influenced by the sycamore. With this new spiritual freedom, ideas and plans come to us effortlessly. Our self-confidence grows, which on the one hand gives us the ability to assert ourselves, and on the other heightens our awareness. The sycamore connects the elements of air and earth, particularly stones. So putting ideas into practice becomes easy. Enjoy being calm and cool-headed. Be astute, but without splitting hairs. Without the blessings of sycamore, we are indecisive and vague. Our outlook becomes hazy and full of doubt. Although I am not quite sure about that. Certainly we become absent-minded and... Where was I? Oh, yes, or no, maybe not. All right, Fred's having a joke here with us in the guidebook. So it's like, if you're like constantly like, what was I doing? Where was I? What was I supposed to be doing? Or you just don't have a good outlook, or it's foggy, fuzzy, full of doubt whenever you're trying to think. Maybe connect with this sycamore energy so that you can have more clarity. What did it say? The clarity of the blue skies, and really know what you want. The precision of the eagle up there on the mountain where the sycamore came from. I really like that it said that it connects air and earth because, you know, yes, I've been getting lots of messages to breathe and fresh air and all that, but didn't I bring in a big stone, a rock, because I needed a door stopper. My door in like the foyer hallway thing, entryway to the front door that we don't use the front door. No, who uses their front door? Don't you use the side door or the back door? The house just would be a freaking crazy mess if we used the front door. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I took up the yoga mat that had been hanging on that door with my little 5-pound dumbbells, because for a while I thought I would exercise in the foyer because I have this huge mirror there, and it just really wasn't doing it. And I thought to myself, well, maybe if I take them upstairs in my bedroom, I'll be more apt to work out and roll out the mat and do some weights. And So when I moved the weights in the yoga mat, I didn't realize it was holding the door open, a door that constantly closes and creaks and squeaks, and it's really shifty. So I was like, well, I need a new door stopper because like it just was squeaking all day long, and people were bumping into the door because they're not used to like it being halfway open or closed. And so I went out to the garden and I got this awesome rock. It's probably at least 5 pounds. I would say it's 5 pounds. It's like a triangle pyramid, but not the kind that you're thinking. This probably has a special name because like one side is longer than the other. So it's like half a pyramid. If we symmetrical flipped it, it would make a good solid looking pyramid. But anyways, it's this awesome triangle rock. Long, one side's a little bit longer than the other. So seems taller. It's like a very tall triangle. And anyways, it's a really awesome rock, and I washed it off and it's holding the door open, and I love having a rock in the house. I want more. I'm going to bring my stone over here. I'm going to bring Rocco. He is going to be under the sycamore. Okay, there we go. I was like, why do I keep talking about rocks? Sycamore, and Rocco, which that is his name, Rocco. Rocco is like, I want to be here too. All right, so anyways, we're here with the sycamore. Calm, cool-headed. That was the vibe I got off of her. But yet super aware, heightened, probably downloading a really good idea. Now, this is the 310th episode of Ho, and I was thinking that right before, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. Let's today at 3:10, okay, wherever you live, at 3:10 in the afternoon, think of the trees and take a minute and consciously breathe. Like, let the breaths come in and caress you. Let the breath come in and nourish you, like our herb of the week, plantain. Let the breath come in and heighten you and bring you awareness and astuteness. So anyways, I was thinking about planting the seed of 310 within us for my number nerds, for me and my number nerds who are always seeing significant numbers. Let's, for fun, invite in a new one and let me know if you start seeing 310 here and there. But today at 3:10, let's all collectively, whatever time zone you're in, collectively at 3:10, if you catch it, if it catches you, take a moment and think about the trees, think about sycamore, think about breathing, think about the connecting earth and air within you. Maybe find a little stone, maybe one that fits in your pocket. And as you're breathing, put your hand on the rock, on the stone, just like really like a rock, like driveway rock, unpolished earth rock, like common rock stone. Find something like that. Nothing quote special, but that's a joke because everything's special. But it's like, and connect, yourself to the rock. Let the rock connect to you. And then let the rock, earth energy connect to your breath, and let the breath, air energy connect into you and the rock, and just sort of like get this like swirly, dirly, flowy. Like, we don't have the element of water except in our quote water bodies, but so we are the water. Let that water feeling energy swish in through you as you connect earth and air. Yeah, let's try to do that. But anyways, 3:10 trees. What's up? 3:10 trees, 3:10 trees, 3:10, 3:10, 3:10 trees. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our super available herb of the week, plantain. And I thank you so much for being here with me. I am willing to release suffering. I appreciate the laws of nature. I nourish myself and others with a compassionate heart. I adjust my energy into a more balanced state. I am a joyful being. I trust my instincts and intuition. I am willing to release suffering. I appreciate the laws of nature. I nourish myself and others with a compassionate heart. I adjust my energy into a more balanced state. I am a joyful being. I trust my instincts and intuition. And so it is. So on the break, I'm stalking Daniel Scranton's page like a creep to see if he posted his blog post yet. I know I've seen the video, and it's good today. It's about the Lyrans. So I'm like, yay, I can't wait to read this. So, but I'm a little too early today. All right. Do we want the archangels here or not? Let's vote. Yeah, I guess after I put it that way, I'll have to put them out. Do we want them here or not, you guys? All right, so here we go. We've got angels. I'm going to switch these guys around. Everything looks so pretty. These angel sigils, with the way they look like transparency and gold, remind me of the spider that I guess I could have just let him be here and watch. Maybe he wanted to show up early for a closer look. Like, I have a live audience now whenever I make my podcast. People sitting in the on the other side in the glass room. I could have maybe just let him have that. But nope, had to be a human. Had to be a human. Okay. And scare him away. All right, so Sycamore, really calm energy. Thank goodness, right? I definitely need to be this energy today. I thought I could just be here all day and get things done, but yesterday the orthodontist called me and they're like, would you like to get in a little earlier? Would you like your daughter to get her procedure done earlier? And I was like, all right. I'm so excited to, go through this process. So anyways, if you hadn't heard, my daughter's getting braces, which is good because her one canine's like way, 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 way up high, poking her lip and all that. And so she wants it. So my mom wants to pay for it. And it's like, all right. Right? That's what Flossie taught me in the last live stream that I did on YouTube, which, by the way, the sound totally sucked. So I don't know what my live streaming future holds. If I'm gonna sound like that, it was blurry and slurry, like slurrier than I normally am. It just, and the sound quality was awful, and I don't know if that had to do with like which way my phone was rotated, but that is not an incentive for me because I like to sound really, really good, okay? And as good as I can with these microphones. And yes, I don't know what was up with that live stream, but anyways, my point was, oh no, here I go. I'm having the reversed Sycamore moment. What the hell was my point? Honey, I am a Sycamore. I know what my point is. My point is, Flossie was saying that, when it comes to other people's business, you need to stay out of it and quit trying to force your will and determine other people's situations that truly have nothing to do with you. So she used the example of a lady whose daughter wanted to take a trip to Europe and travel around, and the mother was just like beside herself and be like, no, you cannot do this. And what did that do? It made the daughter more determined to take this damn trip, right? So this woman came to Flossie, and Flossie told her, like, listen, you have to say, if this is divine will, then I bless it. If it is not, I give thanks that it has dissolved and dissipated. Basically, like, honey, it's none of your damn business. If this trip is supposed to happen, you better just give it over to divine will and bless it. And if it's not, then give your thanks that it's dissolved and dissipated. Like, get this shit the fuck out of here. I'm tired of thinking of it. Thank you. So that's what she did. And then a couple days later, the daughter was just like, you know what, the trip got canceled, I'm not going. And that was the end of it. And it dissolved back into its native nothingness, like it never happened, right? So that's what I've been trying to do more and more in my life. Like, hey, if this is her journey, then I bless it. If it's not part of her divine journey, then I give thanks that it's dissolved and dissipated. So I did that. Well, what happened? They called and scheduled the appointment like a week and a half earlier. So I guess there's my sign from the universe, like, stay butt out of it, Sadie. This ain't none of your business. It's supposed to happen, and it's even happening earlier now because that's just the way it is. So some things do change if they're not in your highest will. If you give it over to the universe, give it over to God, give it over to source, give it over to your higher power. Like, if this is supposed to happen, then I bless it. If it's not, then I give thanks that it is dissolved and dissipated. Like, whatever's supposed to happen will happen. And then you just go with the flow. Quit trying to control everything. Because when we try to control everything, we actually limit ourselves and our experiences by making them what we think they should be, whenever actually, if we could stop doing that, the universe would probably, and most likely, and yes it would, deliver us experiences that are greater than we could ever even imagine, because we let more I want to say magical vibes get in there when we get the fuck out of the way. All right, so I'm gonna pull some Soul Trees by Allison Williams Yee, and this one jumped right up. It is a reversed heal, heart, and spirit. So I'm gonna put that over to the left of the sycamore because she's kind of putting her attention there. And then here's our second tree, Play. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Play. Heal, heart, and spirit. How do we do that? Play. Oh, isn't that sweet? Oh my gosh. Let me refresh Daniel's page one more time. There it is. Yay. A new Lyran alliance with the Arcturian Council. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Bye. All right, Daniel just posted so I can get that recorded. I want to get it recorded in case dude shows up with his power drill to take down the old rusty shed. All right, but first, Sycamore wants to talk about us healing our heart and our spirit. And just like how we were putting our hand in our pocket and touching our rocks, our stones, and when we were breathing at 3:10 in the afternoon, and we were letting those elements and energies merge and swirl around each other, both of these trees are swirly, twisty, flowing trees, especially the heal, heart, and spirit. So just like we were like letting the rock intermingle with the breath, and the breath intermingle with the rock, air, and earth, let the heart and spirit intermingle in that same way. So as we breathe into the heart, let spirit twirl and dance and put tingles down your legs. Exhale, let spirit take away anything that like feels even the slightest bit heavy. Inhale and let this twinkle of stars dance even further down your legs. And let the exhale leave only the most positive sinking feeling in your belly, because it's activating your power place, your place of power, your space where power is going to live. Breathe in and let the air clear out that space and the dust and the cobwebs. And exhale and almost feel a little lightheaded, because you're emptying out and filling up at the same time. So we give ourselves this clearing, this clarity, this space to bring in and see things in a different light. And in that beautiful space, we intermingle our heart with our spirit and spirit with our heart. And my nose is itchy, like I do have cobwebs on my face, right? Because the veil is getting so thin. It's just like a cobwebby fabric now, that as we invite spirit in, it's really, really here, and we are really, really there. And so just keep on bringing this in. And it's like, yeah, you could make intentions for healing, or you could just do this breathing and this sensing and this presencing, and the healing happens. It happens naturally. It's a natural reset. But yes, it certainly does help when you help by releasing, help by letting go, help by surrendering, help by allowing, help by opening. Right? So really invite that breath in and really let it all out without trying to save any for later, without trying to be clingy or holding on, or, paranoid that you should hold a little bit of it in you. Let it all out. As a matter of fact, this next breath, let it all out, and then exhale even more. Exhale at the end of the exhale, like squish out anything that's even hiding. So exhale, and then like grab your stomach and crunch over and exhale more. There's actually more in there that you could exhale. All right, so then on that note, now that I've made us all feel silly, let's play more. Let's have more fun. Let's laugh more. Let's giggle more. Let's run around the sycamore more. Let's just really and it's integrated. There's green and purple and pink and lighter pink and hot pink. And the green is like a lime green. And it's just, it's just gently like if you were like just slowly turning in circles with your arms out, and that's what it looked like. The colors got slowly twisted up the trunk. And then they're branching out all over the place. So really like move your body and stretch and dance and do movements that are right for you. Like don't just stretch out according to Darebee.com, even though I freaking love that website. Shout out to Darebee. Darebee.com. You guys are great. You can do that. But what I'm saying is move just according to you and what you want to do. And so if the stretches seem weird, you ever see children that are just like moving their bodies in like the weirdest ways? You're like, what is that little shit doing? He's stretching his body that's right for him. So that's what I want you to do too. So like if like this weird I'm seeing like a weird warrior stretch, but like it's more off to the side and your hips are more like pushed forward and cocked forward, and because you're like trying to get that like deep hip stretch. It's like stretch your hips and nobody's watching. It's a little different than what you do in gym class. And it's like just let your body do whatever it needs to do and to loosen up and feel some more energy flow, and then have some fun, play, be more playful in everything that we do. So Plantain also had that message of innocence, it was riding in a hot air balloon. Yeah, Plantain in a hot air balloon if you hung out with me Monday. And let's just be a little bit more free, a little bit more, enjoy ourselves and let that playfulness heal our heart and spirit as well, along with the air, along with the earth. And we can do so and still be with it. It's like Sycamore in this picture. Yeah, she's calm, cool, collected, observant, cool-headed. But I guarantee you those bare feet in that flowy dress has her moments of playfulness. I guarantee you that. So make sure that you too are also having yours. I also love so much that the playfulness tree came in, because we did the very playful tarot spread on Tuesday with the fairies. And that was the whole deal. How to bring more playfulness into our life. And I did think about knitting, and then I kind of talked myself out of it because I don't know, unless I find something new to knit. I don't know. I have my reservations, but I still am open to making something. I just don't know what yet. Guess what? I want to just tell you this. So yeah, I do have to take my daughter to the orthodontist today, and guess who's right around the corner in Du Bois, Pennsylvania? Ravens Oracle gift shop. So I'm gonna sneak into Ravens today. I haven't been there forever, and I'm gonna get a deck. Oh, I'm getting a deck. I'm gonna find something to play with there. If it's not a deck, it's the other things that like I entertain that I would like is like wooden runes or witches runes. Maybe a little stick of, is it Palo Santo? See, Shuffle Tarot inspires me to no end. Like I have never smudged with that before, so I'm thinking about getting maybe a stick of that. I don't have that much money, so I can only get like 2 things maybe. But, oh yes, that is playfulness to me. And it's going to be a long weekend. My girls are going to be with their dad, and you know my status in life. So if you're not getting, if you're not having too much playfulness in your life, you got to bring it in. And everyone knows I'm not getting any dick. So the next best thing is a new deck. Okay, if you're not getting any dick, go get yourself a deck. It's only a change of 1 vowel. It's very close. It's just from an I to an E. And let's pull another card. On that note, so I don't know which one I'm gonna get. Maybe the Witch's Tarot if she has that, or whatever else grabs me. Hopefully there's just one, or else I'll have to be going back again. But I will be going back again if I have to transport my daughter. And when in Rome, buy yourself a new deck. Okay, wow, 2 literally jumped into my hand. I don't know, I think they both came off the bottom. I'm not sure. It would happen so quick. We've got the banyan tree and apple coming together. So apple's reversed. Now, that reversed apple, I guess, is going on top of play, and banyan tree is gonna go on top of heal heart and spirit. All right, so without even opening the book, I know what this message is. We're talking about healing our heart and spirit, and we're talking about playfulness. Well, the banyan and the apple kind of have a very united message to come out together like that, and that is one of community and connectedness to your community, and sharing your abundance with your community, and having a place for you all to gather. I do feel like Sycamore is bringing in this message, like, listen, with your calm, cool-headed, collective playfulness, right, your good spirit, your good vibes, let's gather, let's get together, let's connect with others, let's party, let's gather, let's just hang out, let's be together, let's be close together. Fuck social distancing. We need community. We need people in our life. We need germs in our life. We need contact in our life. We need hugs in our life. We need laughter in our life. We need playfulness in our life. That's what's going to heal the heart and spirit of the collective when we come together. How does that sound? All right, the apple reversed, though, in the guidebook, The Wisdom of the Trees Oracle by Jane Struthers. Her reversed message, now, apple has a maroon colored border, so this is all about power. And what did Sycamore say about power? I gotta look, you guys. I gotta look again, because she said so. She actually used the word power. She said power of lightning. lightning, like in the sky, thunder, boom, bang, lightning. But listen to this, how I say it. Lightening. Power of lightening up our life, lightening up our load. Bring more lightening into an enlightening experience. Enlightening your community. Power. That's power. Sharing your light is power. Enlightening the path for another person is taking them to their power. It's awakening their power. That's how we're going to enlighten our communities, by shining it out in front of them, letting them lay eyes on you. People can't lay eyes on you if you don't ever leave your house. You need to leave your house. You need to go outside. You need to go to the market. You need to go. Even when I do Walmart pickup, I talk to everybody in the parking lot. And then I usually go into a couple other little stores. I'm seen. Every time I leave this house, I make sure that I'm seen. And see, I am kind of the exception to the rule, because I can be seen even staying at home because I have a YouTube channel, But there is so much power to letting your neighbors see you, letting your friends see you, letting your family see you. Being generous with your time and attention. Being generous with your light. Now, in verse, Apple says, life is not always easy, but do not let fleeting problems rob it of meaning and importance. Do not hold on to anger or resentment, because they will eat into your soul. Greet each day with a loving heart and an open mind. So as Sycamore wanted to talk about healing the heart, how do we do that? By healing our mind, by opening our mind, by letting go of the thoughts that are making us feel bad, that are making us sick. If you want to heal your emotions, then you have to fix your thinking. So anyways, it is reversed, saying don't hold on to anger or resentment. They are eating at your soul. If you're not actively working on your forgiveness practice, you might as well be drinking poison every day. That's how dangerous resentment is. That's how disturbing anger is to your cellular structure. It's not good. Now, anger can be your sacred ally. And it lets you know, hey, what doesn't feel right. Okay? But 3 years of anger, 4 years of anger. Why are so many Democrats having so much problems with their bodies? Because they have literally been angry for 4 years. It's not funny, but I'm laughing anyways. I'm so sorry, you guys. There's just so much fairy energy, fun energy, playful energy. I looked right down at the play tree and I laughed. You guys, when you're angry at your old lover for a decade, and then all of a sudden your body's shutting down, please don't try to act like that was not connected. When you're annoyed every day with your coworkers, and you literally have eczema on your skin, do you understand that's connected? So when you hold on to anger and resentment, it eats at your soul, and then it shows up as manifestations in your body and in your emotional instability. So that's why Sycamore is so calm, so cool, so collected, so full of clarity, because she's released anger and resentment, and she doesn't get sucked in to the drama. She doesn't get pulled down into the ego's playground. She's playing somewhere else. She's playing up in the mountains, where she hangs out with eagles, and they can get the higher perspective and they can see what's really what. So if you want true playfulness, you think you're playing in the ego's playground, honey, somebody's going to get hurt down there. You need to rise up, increase your vibration, and play in the higher realms. And how do you rise up? Through playfulness, yes, but then you have to say, well, what's holding me back down here? Anger, resentment. You need to do your forgiveness practice. Now, for me personally, I know you've already heard this a billion times, my forgiveness practice plateaued. And I was like, why can't I forgive this son of a bitch, you know? And I knew I needed help. Well, the universe sent help, and it introduced me to A Course in Miracles. It had to show it to me like 100 times before I opened myself up to even thinking about doing it, and then finally I did it. Like, it really had to be persistent. Like, I was like, there's the Course in Miracles again, and somebody random on a YouTube video had mentioned it. I'm like, what the fuck's going on with this Course in Miracles, right? I'm not joking you. It's a weird course. At first, you'll think, no, I don't think this is for me. That's what I thought. My ego definitely did not like it, but I decided, you know what? There's 365 free lessons. You do one per day. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And even when it was weird and it didn't make any sense, I still just read the lesson every day and followed it the best I could and be open to it. And I'm not joking you. I forgave all of the son of a bitches. All of them. I have forgiven everyone for everything. Does that mean I don't get irritated anymore and people don't piss me off? No. Like, I still sometimes get irritated and people piss me off, or I will find something new that I didn't realize that I needed to forgive. But guess what? I know how to do it now. And I'm not even sure how I learned how to do it. Like, I'm not even sure how it even worked, but it did. So it's like, listen, as your friend, I have to tell you, you must do A Course in Miracles. You must. Maybe not today, maybe not even in October. Happy October, by the way. It's the first day of October. But how about start thinking, entertaining the idea, doing it with me 2021. On January 1st, I'm going to do the first lesson on my YouTube channel, and I'm you know it. I'm going to show up every damn day for 365 days with a video. If I don't, there's like at least 300 other people offering the same service on YouTube. Tina Louise Spalding is who offered me that service, and I have a playlist of all 365 videos on my YouTube channel. Like, I spotlight them. Look under my playlist tabs and you'll find them. So you could start today with her. You could start today with a free app on your phone. You could go buy the book and start today. But you don't have to buy anything. You can do this for free. So anyways, please think about that, because we got Apple reversed. It's above play. It's what's holding you back from really having joy and true love in your hearts and in your life, and really enjoying yourself and having fun. Or maybe it's not even like having fun, like, yeehaw, little doggy. I mean, just like, it's what's preventing you from just even enjoying normal moments, right? Because like, you're sitting there at the park. I don't know why you're there, but you're at the park, and you could be enjoying that moment so much more, but you're stewing inside of you, or your mind is chattering incessantly about something that happened to you in the past. Or you're just holding on, like the mention of so-and-so's name, just you just feel it still. Or nobody even mentioned so-and-so's name, but yet here you are at the park thinking about them, because you have not released the resentment. You need to commit to your path of forgiveness. You'll feel so much better. So anyways, that's what the apple has to say. Okay, we, just like the apple tree shares her bounty with us, we need to start doing that to other people. So in your life, if you find something that really, really works for you, you're like, oh my God, like, I discovered Abraham Hicks and now my life is forever changed. Well, why don't you tell somebody about that? If you really enjoy this podcast, why don't you invite a friend. Why don't you tell somebody about it? If you really discovered that taking a minute every day at 3:10 in the afternoon and breathing, you're like, oh my God, I love breathing. Well, then please tell somebody about it and get them breathing too. So anyways, that's what Apple has to say. It came in together holding hands, literally, with the banyan tree. So Apple, coming in to remind us to be generous, came in with the banyan with a message of anchoring. So the banyan is that tree that grows those aerial roots down from the branches. So this one tree can span almost like a whole acre. Like, it's incredible. And it gives animals and people a safe place to be or shelter from the hot sun. So, I mean, just its shade alone is just so like, wow. But anyways, somebody, this is what the banyan tree is saying to you. Someone needs your emotional, moral, or physical support, even though this person may not admit it. So this is what Apple's saying. You need to share with them. You need to tell them what you've kind of sort of figured out in your life. Be like, I don't know if this would help you, but, you know, I stumbled upon these Archangel Michael audiobooks, and, like, I just love them. You might like them too. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're listening to, like, something and it makes you think of a specific person, it is your obligation now to forward that video or that web page or whatever the fuck it is to that person. You thought of them for a reason. They need your help. They're too pig-headed and stubborn to ask for help, though. Or maybe they just don't know that there's anything that anybody could do. So they just have literally lost hope. They don't even ask for help anymore. Anyways, or sometimes it's like, maybe they don't even really need your help, but maybe they just need to know that, like, you were thinking of them. You know, like, they just need to know that somebody thinks of them every once in a while and goes out of their way to send them a video, or even maybe it's a meme or an inspirational thing. Look at Eckhart Tolle's pretty pictures. He sends them to me in the email. I know they're on Twitter and Facebook. They're beautiful. And you know what? If they make you think of somebody, then please send them it. Okay. Because they might not admit it, but they do need your help. So gently let them know that you are ready to help them if they wish. But don't encourage them to be dependent on you. You're just letting them know, like, yo, bro, I'm here for you. Sister, if you need somebody, I'm here. Or if I could let you know about some things that I'm doing that might help you out too, holler, okay? Call me. Like, let's hang out and, you know, do some yoga in the park while we breathe together. Or, you know, like, you don't need to become their crutch. It's just like a moment. You're just offering them a moment. So you can do that. You can definitely do that. And Banyan is saying, listen, I can teach you how to anchor yourself within the world to increase your sense of being grounded. So that's why here it is with this sycamore, she is certainly grounded in her experience. I have given shelter to people for thousands of years so that man, plants, and other living creatures can all survive together. So there's a big message of togetherness coming in now from the banyan tree, helping each other, being supportive of each other, cohabitating peacefully together. Yeah, basically us all becoming one community, right? One love, one shared experience. Our egos hate that idea. Our egos despise collective consciousness, right? Or becoming one. It's not losing any sense of your own identity, but it's like understanding that, just like in a Matrix movies and stuff like that, like if you close your eyes and stop seeing specific lines and boundaries, and just understanding that this energy blurs together. This energy mingles. This energy moves and dances and plays together. Like, you and the rock might seem separate, but trust me, the atoms and energy and light that makes up the both of you is the same light. It is the same energy. Like, there actually is no separation between you and that rock. You are one. All right. I ran out to the kitchen. I realized my black tea, which, yes, I'm totally having some black tea moments. I got some organic black tea. It's just Lipton. Sorry, Lipton, but it's just Lipton. Hey, I'm always proud of these big companies that, are at least offering organic products now. Like, they still sell their unorganic black tea. But I figured if I can get that, I should get that. Come on, Red Rose. Get me your organic Red Rose, for crying out loud. And put a little figurine in the box too. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's 9:20 poo. We're hanging out with Sycamore. Playfulness, togetherness, supportiveness, understanding that there really energetically isn't any difference between me and you and everyone else and everything else. It's all the same energy. It's all the same source. So anyways, it's hard for us to always live in that mindset because, we're basically governed by our egos all the time. But more and more and more, we are allowing our egos to get in the back seat. Go play in the back seat, honey. Shh. Just, get back there. Here's your fake steering wheel. You pretend to drive back there, ego. And we're letting our hearts do the steering and the guiding and letting our spirit, govern the way we live our lives. So anyways, I like the message. Are you guys ready for a Celtic tree? We have space up there for one. Trying to let my decks know one. And then we can get a little attunement since dude has not showed up. Surprise, surprise. I can't believe it's Thursday, you guys. All right, Thursday already. It's amazing. It's amazing how fast the weeks fly by when we're having fun. I am having fun. Are you having fun here? Because I have loads of fun hanging out with you every morning. And I do. So I'll just admit it. I like my podcast. I'll just admit it. I love Ho. Okay, let's have a Celtic tree here, please, to go with sycamore and apple and banyan to heal our heart to spirit, heal our heart and spirit. What did I say? Heal our heart to spirit. Oh, what's going on here? I feel is that the one? I feel like that's the one. It came out of the middle. Fell on my lap. It is a reversed holly, number 8. So it looks beautiful. It looks, okay, let me just look at this. It looks more beautiful and appropriate reversed for this layout than it would if it was upright. Because the 2 red berries are up there and then the 2 dangly leaves for its picture. And so it's almost like we've decorated this layout with this hanging sprig of holly leaves. 2 leaves, 2 becoming 1. Ooh, you guys, it's actually 4 if you count the berries and the little spriggy sprigs. There's more than 2. However, it made me think of something. 2 becoming 1. Our minds are split. And this is something that you will read or listen to in the audiobook of A Course in Miracles. It's our minds are split. And that's why we're in agony. That's why we're in confusion. That's why we don't know who the fuck we are. Because we are trying to agree or go or listen to two different things all the time. So it's this split mind that is just like the cause of all our anguish. Now, as I look down to the heal, heart, and spirit tree, I didn't really describe that tree very good for you. It's like two trees that have become one. There's a purple tree and a green tree, and they're planted back to back, and they have spiraled up around each other. Now, of course, it's reversed, so it looks like it's spiraling down, but then its branches then are growing up and has all these white blossoms. So anyways, I feel like there's this like come togetherness, just like the play tree had all those colors. It's like whenever you have, I don't know, like 5 sticks of clay and you just decide to like twist them and rotate them, and they become all spiraled and mushed together. But yet, yes, you can still see where the green is, where the blue is, where the purple is, where the orange is, like depending on what colors you used. You can still see that everyone has their color, but we've become one. The colors have joined together. And so holly, it's like there's these 2 leaves now that, and then there's the 2 berries, and it's like, it's not just like individualized, it's coming together, crowning this congregation. That's a weird word for me. But yeah, I guess that's what I want to say. It's sort of like crowning this congregation now of energies. So we have a whole basket of apples. We have the banyan with all these roots, right? All these offshoots. We've got the heal heart and spirit tree, with all these branches and white things, with all these branches on the play tree, all these leaves of the sycamore. We've got all these smaller collectives coming in under this the ultimate congregation, right? And holly is number 8. 8 to me always reminds me of course, infinity, eternity, like forever and everness. And that reminds me of God. Okay. So it's like everything that is everything that exists, our energy exists always together. So anyways, let's see what the holly has as a reversed message though, because it definitely came out reversed and it looks beautiful reversed. So, I don't think it's negative at all to get a card reversed, especially when it's beautiful and it's showing you what you need to do and what you need to work on. We have 3 reversed cards and 3 upright cards. Now the upright cards are in a diagonal across, left top to right bottom, banyan, sycamore, play. And then the reverse cards are sprinkled around that diagonal. Now, the holly tree, the totem is a swan. The deities and guides are Leda and her twins, Castor and Pollux, Lu and Lucina, Hale and Pluto, Thoth, and Matt. So on my blog, herboracle.blogspot.com, you'd have to go back a few entries, but I don't have that much stuff on there, so you can still find it, or maybe search in the search bar. But I have the 42 ideals of Matt listed, and they make great affirmations as well as just guiding virtues to live your life. And I do love her energy. So anyways, the holly initiates in the 8th lunation. This tree is about justice. Its energy helps protect the weak and vulnerable. There is a warrior energy with holly. So the sycamore, she's there standing there holding her bow and arrow. Well, you don't think she don't know how to use that? Oh, she know how to use that bow, right? She's not threatening anybody, but she knows how to fucking use that bow, And that's us too. Like, we don't have to be like super aggressive, and we don't want to be. Let's go back to Archangel Ariel that we hung out with Sunday. Yeah, we are warriors. We are choosing to be peaceful warriors, right? But it's like, we can totally back it up if we need to play in the ego's playground. Trust me, we can back it all up. But we're playing somewhere else now. We're taking our warrior spirit, and we are protecting the weak and vulnerable. But it's like, I had to tell myself, it took me like literally a solid 35 years to get it in my head that I don't actually need to throw punches anymore or kill people or slit their throats. But I assure you, I think that a lot of my previous past lives and incarnations, oh, I'm sure they were violent, because I had to overcome such violence within me that I just was born with. And yes, my early childhood circumstances brought that out of me. However, I had to really work on being nonviolent. And so for many, many years, like 10, 11, 12, 13 years, I did 64 days of peace and nonviolence every single year. And that playlist is also on my YouTube channel, because I had to really work at feeling peaceful, and like I didn't want to attack people. And even if I never threw a punch, in my mind I was throwing punches, which is still the same energy of attack. So I really had to work on this, you guys. So I get it. I get the dark side. I get the aggressive side. I get all of that. And now, later on in my life, I understand that I don't have to dispel or eliminate that energy inside of me. All I've ever really needed to do is redirect it towards the light, towards working for the light, and use that power in a focused way. It's nonviolent, but nonetheless, it's still power. As a matter of fact, Spirit's like, it is even more powerful. All right, so Holly. The vindication of rights and clarification of claims and grievances is important. Holly protects against injustice, harm, and negativity while increasing love and offering encouragement. This tree supports us as we work with polarity and duality. So it is the perfect tree here to help us create a new kind of earth here in the ego's playground, the 3D realm. It says this tree supports us as we work with polarity and duality, instructing us so we can create, so that we may create unity and wholeness. Holly encourages right relationship and partnerships that are fair and balanced. So here we are again. Yep. We still have even if we do play in the higher realms, I mean, we are still playing here in the ego's playground, obviously. But once we will utilize our access to the higher realms and our guidance from Spirit and having our heart at this steering wheel, we will be guided to create unity and wholeness. We are here to shine light, to plant seeds. My friend Asiel and I always kind of joked with the idea that we are the virus. We are the virus of light that we got seeded or planted, or we infected the third dimension. And we are going to spread our viralness of love, of light. Let that be what is contagious within your community. Connectedness, partnerships that are fulfilling, that are fair, that are balanced. It's like you can help people, and you then you know what? We know it's going to balance it all out. Those people that you helped are then going to help people, and those people are going to help people, and those people are going to help people, and those people are going to help people, and it's going to ripple out until everyone is healed. until everyone gets the invitation to light. And we're not going to stop until we reach everybody, because we are everybody. Everyone is us. We are all one. I think that's why I have so much fun with people, because I know that they're me. I know that I'm them. I know that even in our own separate, and those are big quotes around separate, our own, separate identities, we're still in the same soup pot. Okay, flailing around. So it's like, let's be cooked already. Let's be cooked already and blend it up and just like understand that we are a creamy soup. Okay, we are a creamy soup. We are all one. All right, so let's see what else Holly has to say. Reversed. She says, is it possible that you are shirking your responsibility by avoiding conflict? Let me drink my tea here a second. It's so sweet. I think I put the honey in and then forgot I put the honey in, and so I put the honey in again because that's super sweet. All right. Perhaps you are trying to sweep problems under the rug. Is there injustice in your life? Are you witnessing a situation in which a perpetrator is bullying or otherwise harming a victim? Are you that victim? If so, it is time to get help. Stand up for yourself before the situation gets entirely out of hand. If things are not in balance, attend to the process of returning to balance. You may not be prepared to take on a fight now and need some time to develop your strategies and strength. Ask others to help you. Now, she also says, possibly for some of you, do you find yourself immersed in fights in your important relationships? Is it time to make room for difference and let love move you into wholeness rather than duality? You might have to seek help in order to encourage this process. Yeah, and it's called A Course in Miracles. But before that, you guys, listen. Stand up for yourself before the situation gets entirely out of hand. Let us take the blinders off for 1 minute. Do you see what is happening in the world? Do you see how the powers that want to be are trying very, very hard to control the collective and force people to do things and limit people's freedoms? Do you think it's a good idea to nip this in the ass now, or wait until it is entirely out of hand and too late? Warrior, it is time for you to stand up in your life. Like, I don't want to go full on patriot here. However, your freedoms are being whittled away right in front of you. And most people are being ridiculously complacent. So I just want to be the one to tell you that whether it's on a community level or in your own personal life, you need to take back your sovereignty. You need to declare that you are a free being, and freedom is your birthright. And you will not be a slave to anyone. You're not even going to be a slave to your family anymore. You're definitely not going to be a slave to your ego mind. And you sure as fuck aren't going to be a slave to your government. So whether this is just your introduction to this idea, but Sycamore and Holly and Apple and Banyan, they want you to play around with this idea. Not to put you in fear, because you're already fearful enough as it is, but just to look at it for what it is so that you understand what you're up against. And it doesn't have to pull you down because you're looking at it calmly and collectively up on your mountaintop with your sycamore. And you're just looking at the games being played out. Look at the political arena. Fucking clowns and deceivious devils, all of them. Do you really want them to have power over you? So, be the warrior, right? Don't shirk away from responsibility. And your responsibility is to start feeling free and start feeling sovereign. You don't have to make a display of it today, but what you need to do is start feeling free and start understanding that no one tells you what to do. You are guided by your heart and your spirit. You are guided by Source. So anyways, it is time to stand up, or it will soon be. So have your playfulness. Get playful, because you can still be playful and stand up for what is right. But it's like, listen, make sure that you are not giving your power away. Make sure that you are helping people who are asleep. Make sure you are helping people that are vulnerable. And help them by helping them discover their spine. Help them by discovering their heart. So if you're in your heart space, sometimes all you need to do is get close to a person and it activates their heart space. Get close to people. Okay? Your heart is literally a magnet. It has magnetic pull, physically. I'm talking physically here. Challenge yourself to get 3 feet away from somebody today, especially if you've been following this bullshit 6-foot stuff. Sorry to be the conspiracy light worker this morning, but I do not agree with them keeping our hearts distanced from each other. If you want to be of service to your community today, start hugging people who need it. Start putting yourself in closer proximity to people physically. You don't have to suck face with them or anything. I'm just saying, be near them. Be near them because they need you. And even if you don't admit it, you need them too. I need you guys. Okay, all right. So let's end with the attunement from Holly. And breathe in so deep, you guys. And continue to breathe for this whole activation. You can close your eyes as long as you're not driving, all right? And just let it really absorb into every one of your cells. When you breathe in that divine oxygen from the higher realms, bring it in. I am the sturdy Holly, and where I grow, you can expect my protection. If you find yourself in need of safety, imagine my shiny, sharp leaves. In your mind, grow a hedge of my trees around you. Allow me to protect and guard you. And if you feel dispirited, imagine my bright red berries and evergreen leaves that promise life, even in the dead of winter. I am a tree that promises renewal. I am here to remind you that this too shall pass. I also represent wholeness. In the Egyptian temple at Kom Obo, there is a seat placed at the building's very center. One side of the temple is dedicated to Horus, the god of light. The other is dedicated to Sobek, the god of chaos. But from that central seat, the seat of neutrality, you can begin to understand wholeness, which allows you to move through situations with less judgment and less attachment. Try sitting in this seat while you consider your situation. If you are placing your attention on the darkness in your life, return your mind to neutral. Breathe in unity. Breathe in wholeness. So be it. You guys, I love you so very much. As I look at the play tree, I'm like, dude, were you misguiding me? Because I was all like, yay, play tree made out of colorful Play-Doh. We're gonna have fun today. And then Goddess Mat, all the Egyptian gods show up. Holly shows up. All these fucking warriors show up, and they're like, get into neutrality, warrior. So anyways, if you feel a little like, hey, that was misleading. I thought we were going to play with Play-Doh here today. But actually, we have to do our forgiveness work, heal our heart, connect with our spirit, become like the calm, collected, cool warriors. Be ready to fight, Watch out for that Play-Doh, y'all. I mean, hey, we got you in here, and then now, whoopsie daisy, you're a warrior. But hey, you're here to serve, and you are here to serve Source. And the best way you can do that is by being a sovereign sycamore tree. And that doesn't mean that you're in solitary and not interacting with everybody. That just means that you know your freedom, and you know that it is your duty and your devotion to protect everyone else's freedom as well. So anyways, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you, Sycamore. Thank you, Banyan. Thank you, Apple. And thank you, Holly. And thank you, for being courageous in your life, to break away from the old standard of hate and separation and war and anger, and, step in to the light and do your forgiveness work and do your healing work and connect with everyone. That takes a lot of courage to do that. It takes a lot of strength. That's why you're a warrior. It takes the strength of a warrior to break away from duality and connect in unity. So I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. We all thank you so very much. We love you. And then everyone wants to say, we love you. We love you. We love you. We love you.